Especially when you're
Oh, you're the best table. Don't tell anybody.
But you say that's all the tables.
I don't.
So what are you looking forward to in terms of moving to Austin? Like, and the new, well, you follow that up in the new season.
Austin's a great city. My first time living in Austin. We're just getting settled. We started work, so it's exciting. I mean, I like change. You know, Wilmington, the people are great, the crew, incredible. But it was also the first season, and I think that with any first season, there's, you know, the show tries to find its own legs. And now we have a foundation, so we get to really see these characters on their own and explore their relationships, especially with Jason and his father.
Yeah, speaking on her own, so Tracy was saying her character goes on her own. Is your character going to stop her again, or?
You know what? I think Jason's over it.
Oh.
You know, I think she has to come. She has to come this way.
She's got to treat you like a prince.
Yeah, you know what? No, I don't know. I think that, look, there was obviously a connection there in the beginning. So what happens when you break up with somebody? You always run into them. So we'll see what happens when they run into each other.
What do you think's going to happen when they run into each other?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. I think that, look, I really would tell you that I don't have that kind of information. But I think it's really cool to play because I think that there's a lot of growing up that they both need to do. You know, she's going to explore herself and what life is for her. And Jason was really sort of shadowed by his father. And a lot of people thought that he was bad. Like, they would say, oh, you can't trust him. But, you know, that's the product of two things. One is that he is trying to do the right thing. He never took advantage of Charlie or killed her or did any of that stuff because that he liked her and that was the wrong thing to do. But yet his father would give him orders, so he would have to betray them. Like, that's the right thing to do. Now I think that he really, being away from her in the group, he really gets to confront his father and be his own man. And I think once you accept your parents for who they are, there's no more real disappointment. You're like, I give you the space and freedom to be who you are. I'm not going to try to live up to you anymore. I'm going to be my own person and accept that you're my dad. So I think that's a cool, real life relationship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would be fun to see on screen.
Yeah.
So have you let your archery skills go to pot, or are you still keeping up with that now that you've moved on to bigger and better weapons? I believe you challenged Jennifer Lawrence last year, if I remember correctly.
I did challenge her. I haven't heard anything about that. But anytime. And I haven't been practicing. But that's because we have sort of moved on to guns a bit. So I've been, you know, playing with those or learning now. But yeah, I mean, the weapons are just expanded. So now, before I thought it was just going to be, you know, only archery. So I was like really into it. But it's just really expanded now. So I don't, you know.
Now you got to get your hands on one of those plasma whatevers from the power.
It's going to be a lightsaber soon. Who knows?
But all that stuff can be done. Right? All the power, anything within the power can be done. That's what Eric said.
Oh, okay. Well, if he said it, then yes. Yes.
We're going to have to get back to more of those hands-on weapons again.
Sure. I've actually been really interested in getting into martial arts again, getting into fighting again. I love it. I love physical contact.
What was your training in that before?
Well, I grew up with martial arts, like Taekwondo and kickboxing and boxing and all that stuff. And then I just got into sports, became an actor. But it's something that there's so much going on in the world today, and there's nothing wrong with learning how to defend yourself, without weapons. So I really, and not only that, but martial arts can be a very spiritual thing as well, and like yoga, teaching yourself how to breathe and giving you confidence. You don't have to be afraid if somebody's really standing next to you, because you can handle yourself. So understanding your own strengths, And plus, when you're really trained, you're least likely to engage in it because the stuff that you do.
That whole martial arts thing for the show. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think an action scene with a well-edited fist fight is a lot more intense and exciting than anybody to pick up a weapon.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody can pick up a weapon. Why not see me take 10 people down? Why not see Jason have his own mission? Taking everybody down with just his hands.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right? She likes that.
She's on board.
Yeah, she's on board.
What would it be? The Jason Republic?
Jason Republic. I don't know. We should start a Twitter contest. Hashtag Jason Republic. I think that's it.
What do you think? What side do you think? What's Neville's deal? What do you think is?
This is our last question for
What side do you think he's on at this point? Because it's interesting. He's actually kind of allied himself. It looks like with the Randall and the president, but not intentionally.
I think at this point Jason's on his own side. I think he has been tossed back and forth. He saw Charlie and Miles close the doors on him, left him out there. He's been betrayed so many times by his father. So I think this is good. I think he's going to develop his own strength when it comes
So kind of
but he's
go
still,
with dad, but not.
Go with the dad, but still fight for truth. And he is. That's what I love about him is that
You're probably only going to get one.
wants to find out the truth.
I will say that this season, though, the majority of our
Thank you very much.